Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to Dr. Nora. My name is NURUL HANIS BINTI KHAZIMAN and I am from Section 1. Today I will present my project management draft proposal titled Implementation of HR Policy Compliance and Discipline Management System at 55 Speed Wash. So the first thing is the project background. For the company overview, 55 Speed Wash Sendirian Berhad is a Malaysian SME in the car wash industry. Operates mainly at petrol stations and they have multiple outlets across Malaysia, and one of them is at Klang Valley and USJ 18. Their industry context is employee behavior directly affects service quality, safety and customer satisfaction. Their workforce includes wash crew members, supervisors and outlet management. So for the HRM challenges identified for this company is that employee compliance is inconsistent due to limited understanding of HR policies and uneven enforcement across outlets. Impact of HR policy non-compliance is that inconsistent employee behavior across outlets leads to lower operational efficiency, higher safety risks, service delays, and a negative impact on customer satisfaction and company image. So for the project focus focuses on HRM function, which is employee compliance with HR policies. Why this is a project-based approach is that provides a structured review of HR practices and supports the implementation of standardized practical solution across all outlets with a defined time frame. For 55 Speed Wash vision is to become a leading and trusted car wash service provider in Malaysia, and their mission is to provide efficient and reliable car wash services that meet customer expectation. For their company objective, the first one is to deliver consistent and high quality car wash services to customers. Second, to ensure smooth daily operation through clear procedures and disciplined workforce practices. The third is to maintain a safe, clean and well organized working environment. And one of the 55 Speed Wash services is water wax, quick coating and chemical wash, and many more. For the next section is the draft project objective. This project general objective is to create a consistent and structured HR policy compliance and discipline management system, which will result in an increase in employee compliance with corporate policies and regulation, and improvement in workforce responsibility and accountability, and support for the efficient operation of 55 Speed Wash. And for this project specific objective is the first one is to determine the extent of employee following of HR policies and company regulation. Second, to investigate the main contributors to poor employee compliance, such as knowledge, awareness, enforcement and supervision. Third is to create a standard HR policy manual and disciplinary procedures that are appropriate for operational requirements. Fourth is to improve understanding of HR policies and expected workplace behavior. The last one is to provide supervisors and management with structured tools for monitoring and management the compliance of employees. For the next section is the draft project justification. Importance to the project is that HR policy compliance directly impacts service efficiency, safety and service quality, while inconsistent enforcement results in delays, unsafe condition, poor customer experience and reduced productivity. And for this project, expected benefit is the initiative will strengthen HR operation through clear standardized policy, consistent disciplinary and better supervision, while helping employees clearly understand expectation, experience fair treatment and demonstrate improved discipline, accountability and professionalism. Consequences, if not implemented, is that continued inconsistent policy enforcement and discipline issues. Second, ongoing operational inefficiencies and supervisionary burden. Third is higher safety risk and customer dissatisfaction. Lastly is a negative impact on brand image and employee retention. So for the strategic relevance is that to support service reliability, operation control and brand consistency while strengthening HRM's role and ensuring long-term sustainability as the company grows. Moving on to the next section, draft project scope, which is the in scope. What we will do during this project is the first one, review and analysis of current employee compliance practices, which is evaluates how HR policies are communicated and enforced at selected outlets, assessing employee understanding and behaviors, reviews onboarding practices and identifies gap to establish a baseline for a standardized compliance management approach. Second is development of employee compliance management framework. Develops a standardized compliance management framework covering key HR and safety areas with clear onboarding process. Define supervisionary roles and consistent procedures to improve discipline and accountability across outlets. Third is to design of employee compliance guidelines and SOPs, which is to create clear user-friendly compliance guidelines and SOP that define expected standards, disciplinary action, and responses to common violations, improving discipline and operational efficiency across all outlets. The last in scope is the preparation of employee compliance documentation. To develop official HR compliance documents and tools for employees and supervisors to standardize policies, improve monitoring, reduce verbal instruction, and strengthen enforcement and operational effectiveness. So moving on to the outscope for this project is that what will we never do is that to development of advanced HRIS because excludes advanced HRIS and related activities due to cost and scope, focusing instead on clear policy documentation and supervisionary oversight to manage employee behavior and compliance within existing resources. The second outscope is legal review and employment contracts, excludes employment contract review or amendment, legal issues and labor law compliance, focusing solely on internal HR policy compliance to keep the project practical and focused. And the next section is the key deliverables, which is the output of this project. Is the first one, employee compliance framework document. We will create a structured framework to standardize HR policy enforcement, onboarding and compliance monitoring across all 5 speed wash outlets, reducing violations and enhance operational control. The second output is employee compliance guideline and SOP document. Will establish clear workplace rules and procedures to meet regulations, ensure fair discipline, reduce disputes, and help supervisors enforce standards and employees understand expectation. The last output is compliance monitoring tools and supervisor guideline that provide standard monitoring tools and guidance to supervisors for consistent compliance tracking, improving employee discipline and accountability across all locations. So the last section for this project is the project management process, which is week 1 to 2 is the project initiation, where I will identify stakeholder, identify employee compliance issue and project approval. Next is for week 3 to 4, which is the project planning, where I will project plan, compliance framework design and policy and SOP planning. And the next is week 5 to 6, the project execution, where is the development of compliance framework, SOP documentation and supervisor briefing. And moving on to the next week, which is week 7 to 8, during this period is the project monitoring and control, where we monitor implementation, feedback collection and corrective actions. And lastly, for the last week is 9 to 10, which is the project closure, will be final documentation, evaluation handover and final project report. That's all from me. Thank you for watching.